All right, family. Thank you for joining us in this news. We're gonna go and let's get it started. I see across the board, you see the futures are all up. They're all up, going up and up and up. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at some of the other futures, other markets overseas. You got the FTSE 100 is up as well. The Nikkei 225 is up, and you have the cryptocurrencies here. Let's look at the Bitcoin is down, and the CMC crypto is down as well. All right, let's take a look at the 10-year bond at 1.2990, and you got the VIX down. The VIX is running down. All right, look at some foreign currencies here. The GBP to the US dollar is up, and the Japanese yen, US dollar to Japanese yen is up as well too. All right, so we'll take a look at some of the markets. That was from YahooFinance.com. All right, let's get into some actual currencies, precious metals here. This is from Kitco.com. Kitco.com. All right, as well. Let's refresh the page and see can we get something much better. All right, so we're not paying attention to the New York spot price because the market is closed. Look at some overseas here. All right, as you see across overseas, the precious metals are all up as well. Gold is up over 1,800 again. Silver is up. Platinum is up. Palladium is up. And rhodium is at 16,450. Well off his well high of almost $30,000 an ounce as well. All right, so that was from Kitco.com. All right, Kitco.com. All right, take a look at some of the some of the markets around the world. All right, here in the U.S. and around the world. All right, let's get into some actual stories here. And let's take a look at ZeroHedge.com. You see the large banks of warning of flash red markets. All right. The 6 largest Wall Street banks issue market red alerts. All right. So this is big. All right. So you got Morgan Stanley, Bank of America, Deutsche Bank, Citigroup, Credit Suisse, and Goldman Sachs all issuing flash warning signs. This is actually big news that most mainstream media people are not paying attention to. They don't want to pay attention. They want to just focus your attention on the so-called virus that can tell time, or the molecular virus, and its many changes it's going through. All right. So get a hold of this article from ZeroHedge.com. All right. When the Wall Street starts warning, flashing red signs, that means they're issuing, okay, this is big. Pay attention. You need to get yourself ready and prepare. Turn off the TV and actually start reading what's going on. When these banks start telling you that something's going on, that means it is beyond their control and they've lost control and they're actually trying to give warning signs. So pay attention about what's going on. All right. So that was from ZeroHedge.com. All right. And for our final story today, because it's going to kind of be like a short broadcast this morning. All right. Had to switch the camera view a little bit. Historical verdict. The EU declares millions of credit agreements illegal. All right. So we got a due clause in the credit agreements have to be clearly understandable to the consumers. All right. The federal court of justice had noting wrong in the practice with German banks, but the highest European court now contradicts and declares millions of credit agreements illegal. The consequences are gigantic. All right. So basically, you had a federal court in Germany, where the Germany's courts sided with the German banks, but the European courts overruled the German courts. They're all part of the European Union and declared that that all the creditors and the banks have issued illegal agreements with the people because they didn't give proper conforming consent. Conforming consent means basically, inform and consent. All right, they have to inform you of every single tactic they're going to be using to try to get you into that contract, and you have to agree to that. If they don't tell you every single thing by the most words, so such as the word understand. When somebody says, "Do you understand me?" The word understand means that you are basically underneath them, and that you understand that you are underneath them. All right, and you agree to that and accept that. That's wording that sometimes wording tactics that they use to try to get you into contract agreements. So basically, what happened was the EU courts overruled the German courts and have said basically you've lied to your people. You didn't give them proper informed consent, and all of these credit agreements are illegal. All right, this has ramifications, really big ramifications going on all around the world, all around this world that we're in. All right, so go ahead and get this article. That is from StreetLock.com. StreetLock.com. That is StreetLoc.com. All right, StreetLock.com. All right. And so if we're gonna get that article, read about into it, and it might have ramifications here in the States as well. All right. So, and for our final story, we're gonna take a look at the USDebtClock.org. I'm gonna switch over here, move this camera view for you over a little bit. Sorry about that. And we're gonna take a look at what's going on with the U.S. national debt, national assets versus the U.S. unfunded liabilities. If you go into the previous videos, that we've made, you will see that at one point we were operating well over 102% of total unfunded liabilities versus total U.S. national assets. All right, debt to GDP is what that was meaning, debt to GDP. Now in the stark reversal that we're trying to get more information on and we're paying close attention to, you see that the total U.S. unfunded liabilities is now less than the total U.S. national assets, meaning for the first time in a very long time, U.S. is operating in the black. All right, we're not operating in the red anymore. That means we have more GDP than we have debt. All right, something's going on. Something's big is what's going on behind the scenes that has caused this to happen. So we're now operating almost over $21 trillion operating in the black instead of operating in the red. All right, so this has been a short broadcast today. Go ahead and get these articles, and if you can, in the discussions, and let's get a discussion going on about what do we think about what do we think, and some people what they know about what's going on behind the scenes about why this stark reversal happened, as far as U.S. total national assets versus the U.S. unfunded liabilities. All right. With that being said, I want to thank you for joining us in another edition of Melanie Gamma News. Be safe, be sound. Remember, you're your own best financier. You're your own best banker. You're your own best savings and loans. You're your own best credit union. All right, get that barter started with your neighbors. Get the neighbors together for the community. Reach out to other communities. All right, with that being said, be safe, be sound. Thank you for joining us in another edition of Melanie Gamma News. Let's get it started.